In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make a YouTube thumbnail step by step, just like what you are looking at right now. So if you're looking for a complete tutorial showing you exactly step by step on how to make an irresistible, good looking YouTube thumbnail that is ready for click, then keep on watching. This is the perfect video. So without further ado, let's switch to the system where I'll be showing you exactly step by step on how to make one, and I expect you to create one for yourself. Here I am on Corridor. I'll be using two packages here. I'll be mixing Corridor and Photoshop, and this is the reason. The background I'll be creating maybe is a little bit difficult for me on Photoshop. That is why I'll be using Corridor to create this background. But I'm going to do the finishing on Photoshop. So let's start. So the first thing I have to do, I'm on my Corridor, is to first of all get the size of my YouTube thumbnail, and the size of YouTube thumbnail is 1920 by 1080, which means 1920 by wideness and 1080 by height. Already is on 920 and on 1080 height, and I have to make sure that the unit of measurement is on pixel. The unit of measurement has to be on pixel. So let's click on OK. As a display of my size, this is the normal size for my YouTube thumbnail. So what I have to do next is to start creating my background. And for me to start, the first thing I have to do is to click on the rectangle and draw a rectangle around the 1920 by 1080p. So what I want to do next again is to hold down my shift key and reduce this. This will allow me to reduce this proportionally. I'm going to reduce it this way. So what I want to do next is to stretch this out. I want to stretch this box. I want to stretch it out up to this extent. And the next thing I'll be doing is to convert it to curve. And to do that, I'll just go to objects and click on convert to curve. So this will allow this rectangle to be converted into whatever shape that I want to turn it into. So I'm going to click on this shape tool and drag this way, like this, and like that way. This is what I want. So what I want to do next is to apply color on it. So I'm going to put it on this, leave it on this color. I don't want the black outline, so I'm going to right click on that no fill, then click on set this. This is going to remove that outline. And what I want to do next is to fade this color. I don't want the color to be solid, I want it to be faded. So I'm going to click on the transparent tool and then drag something like this, so which is going to fade it this way. I can also increase, I want it to be more faded like this. So what I'll be doing next is to duplicate these shapes. I want it to be in a kind of 360 degree. I want to go around the 920 by 1080 shape. So what I have to do is to click on that faded rectangle and click on it, then drag this out to I want to put it at this spot. So let's scroll, and I have to make sure that it is exactly on this spot. So it is okay that we can press your F4 to properly position your page. So what I'm going to do next is to click on it again, which is going to apply the rotation on it. Then click here and adjust this a little this way, then duplicate it. I'm holding down my left button, and I'm also going to click my right RMB, my right mouse button. I'm going to click on it while I'm still holding the left button. So let's click on it this way. So what I'm going to do next, for me to get this thing rotated around the 920 by 1080, I have to use Control R, Control R. So hold down Control R and do this, which is going to give you what you are looking at right now. This is exactly what I want. So what I have to do next is to start what I have to do next is to increase the size. I still want to Control G. I've selected everything, then hold down Control G. I'm going to increase the size more this way. Make sure that I'm holding down my shift key, so this will allow me to increase it proportionally. So what I'm going to do next again is to drag this towards this direction. I want to create a rectangle. I want all of this to be in that rectangle. Then let's click on the rectangle, then come in, click down and drag to cover the 920 by 1080. Don't forget, this is the size of my YouTube thumbnail. So what I'm going to do next is to drag this shape into my rectangle. So click on it and drag it. I'm holding down my RNB, my right mouse button. Then I'm going to release my hand and then click power clip inside, which is going to power clip inside the 920 by 1080. It's not properly positioned in the middle. So what I have to do is to right click on that shape, go to edit, and go to edit per clip. So with this, I should be able to adjust it. So just press P. It's going to centralize it in right in the middle of that 920 by 10. Then again, I also right click on it and click finish editing. So this is what I want. So what I want to do next is to start trying color on it. So keep on trying color on it and look for any color that you feel is going to be okay for so I'm going to hold this for some seconds. So this is going to pop up, and I just want to create something like this. If this is the color you want, you can leave it that way. If not, you can always adjust it. But this is exactly what I want. I want my background to look. So let's assume that this is okay. I think I like it this way. So what I want to do next is I don't really want that black outline. So I'm going to right click on this knob and click set color, and use it. That is when you click on this, and when you right when you right click on this and click on this, on what you see here is going to remove the outline color. When you are very sure that you are okay with your background, what you have to do is to export it. You have to export it to, like I said, I will not be doing the finishing on Corridor. I will be doing the finishing on Photoshop. So I have to export it to another package. And to do that, click on this export tool. Click here and look for a file called JPEG. Already it's on JPEG. So I'm going to leave it on this JPEG and give it, let's say, BG2, whatever. So I'm going to click export. So which is going to export it. Already is on my desktop. So I'm going to click on OK. And what I have to do next is to go to Photoshop, where I'll be doing the finishing. Now let's switch to Photoshop, then go to File. The first thing you have to do is to click on New. You have to insert a new page. And the page you have to insert is 1920 by 1080. Don't forget, the standard size for YouTube thumbnail is 1920 by 1080. And make sure it's on that. Then click on Create. What next? Go to File, then go to Open. Then you can go to your desktop, look for desktop, look for the background that you have just saved. Now, then let's click on it and click open. Now, this is my background. So what I have to do next is to drag this into my newly inserted layer. And to do that, just click on it and drag it here into your 1920 by 1080 layer. We have to do a little adjustment. You can hold an hotkey and use your the middle mouse button MMB to scroll. Use the scroll wheel to adjust the zoom in and zooming out. So I'm going to press Ctrl T, and then I'm holding down the Control key and T, then which will allow me to resize this image. Okay, it's okay this way. Make sure that it's centralized, and then again Alt and the wheel to. So this is what I want. I like it this way. The next thing I have to do is to start applying my image, put image and my text. So to do that, let's go to File, go to Place Embedded, and under Picture, I have let's go to Pictures, my pictures, and I'm going to use this one. I have a picture that I set aside. So let's use this. Hold down Control key. Already we have the resize knob on it. So I'm going to click on that and adjust it this way. Let's increase it more, and you can increase it more depending on how you want your, yeah, it's okay this way. So you can, anytime you apply Ctrl T on a shape, image, text and all that, you have to make sure that you press enter, you press or you double click on that image so that you'll be able to do other things. Now after this, the next thing I have to do is to start putting in my text. So I'm going to use a sec let's put in any text, secrets. I'm going to align this. I want the color to be on white. I'm going to leave it on white. Then Ctrl T again to apply the resize. Now I'm going to increase it this way. Don't click on it again. What I have to do is to come here and look for any good typeface. You need to ask yourself, what typeface would you like to use for this? Impact, Swiss, let's say the one that will be okay. So that's if you like it on this, well and good. So let's leave it. this way. I'm going to Control T again and increase the size because I want it to look this way. Then the next thing I also want to duplicate the secret where I want to type more text. Control J to do that. You can press Control C and Control V, then drag it out, double click on it and type whatever I'm going to put behind it. Then this one too, I'm also going to work on this and see if I'm going to increase the size or not. If you want to increase the size, fine. If you don't want to, let's increase the size a little. I just hold down my Control plus T to apply that. Again, you press Control J, hold down Control key and J is going to duplicate that. Then bring this down again. Double click on that and type in the thumbnail. The thumbnail seems to be somehow too wide. I'm going to reduce the size to impact. I want it to be on that. Impact is a kind of shrinked typeface. So I'm Control plus T again to apply the size now. Hold down Shift key and drag this down this way. Again, let's double click on this. Click here and put this on impact again. I want to, I think I like that font to be on impact. Control T, adjust a little and leave it this way. This one too, I also want this one to be on impact. So let's click on that and put it on impact. Impact is a very beautiful typeface when it comes to creating YouTube thumbnails. So yeah, this is okay. So what we have to do next is to start. You need to ask yourself, how do you want to leave it this way, or you still want to add some kind of effects or style to. I'm going to put this on reverse. So let's click on the shape tool, then draw a box, a rectangle, draw a rectangle around this way, and I'm going to make that color red. You can remove this. I know when I apply a shape like rectangle, it's going to be at the top of my text, but that's the last thing that I did. So what I have to do is to bring it below the text. So click on layer and drag this below the text to give you what you are looking at right now. I'm also going to do the same thing to the thumbnail. You can click on another, but before that, I want to move this thumbnail down a little this way. Then click on the rectangle again, draw the rectangle around across the thumbnail, leave it this way, and then look for any good color again. We are going to use this color for that. Let's see. Okay, now okay, this color is okay. Now again, it's also anytime you draw rectangle, it's going to be at the top of the first thing that you did. So make sure you bring it down below your text, and as you can see, it's also below my below my image. So let me click on the image and drag this down so that drag it down this way, and this is what I want. So what I want to do next, is to do a little kind of skew. I want to skew it. I want it to be a little bit slant. I don't want to leave it this way. But before doing that, I want this secrets to be on shadow. So click on layer, click FX, drop shadow, and it's going to apply the shadow. I want the secrets to be more visible. Now, what we have to do next is to see, do a little arrangement. Need to ask yourself, is it okay this way? Then let's click Shift and this and do a little arrangement this way. So I'm going to arrange it this way. Let's bring it in more like this. Let's bring it more this way. Then last thing I would like to do here is to hold down my Shift key, select each and every one of these this way, and let me see if I've selected everything. So after selecting everything, try to move it to see whether they are all selected. Then hold down your Control key plus T to apply the size. Now, what I want to do lastly here is to hold down my Control key and make it look this way. Yeah, this way. This is exactly what I want. Yeah, this is what I want. It is okay this way. The last thing you want to do here is to ask yourself, is this okay? Do you like this? What about trying to balance the color and all that, which you may want to do? And to do that, let's go back to our layer and then come here. I can add something like curves. So what I always use curve to do is to add a little bit, to add a little bit, a kind of bond to it to make it a little bit. That depends on what you want with the curves, your level, and all that. You can use it to balance your, what you're doing. And this is okay for now. Again, let's go back to let's go back to that. It's called blending tool. It's called blending tool. Or yeah, it's called blend. You can come here and click on level, see what you can, if you can add some kind of level to it. So these are things that you have to do in order to balance this. And if you like it this way, good. So this is how a good thumbnail should look like. Your thumbnail should be visible. Make sure that your text are visible. Your images too should, they are also visible. Try to use an engaging background. Let your background, let your background, with a good background, you should be able to bring out your text and the image you have on that background. And before I round up for today, I'm going to show you how to save your work. Anytime you want to save your work, always save it as JPEG or PNG. So I'm going to click on save here, click on save as, and I'm going to change. Please don't save your YouTube thumbnail as PSD. Photoshop document is going to be too heavy. You always want to save your work as JPEG or PNG. These are light files. So I'm going to put it on JPEG or PNG. Let's put it on that and give it a name, PG grant, and click on save. If you like this tutorial, please hit the likes button, and if you enjoy what we are doing and you get value in this tutorial, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. This is very important for this training. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for spending your time. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Peace.